Hello everyone. So today we're going to do another PC build. This time we're building a computer for a friend of mine, a fellow YouTuber. I'll leave a link in the description below to his channel, but his main PC went down and I told him I have spare parts. I can build you one out of spare parts and send it to you that it'll at least work until you can afford a new one. And that's what we're doing here today. So what we're looking at is I don't know what, you know what this motherboard is?
It's an Asus MA97, M5A97 Pro, as opposed to MA597 AM.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we have a AMD FX 8150 that is an 8-core processor that, if you watch my previous video, it's the one that we took out of my brother's old machine. And then we have 32 gig of DDR3. Do you know the speed on these?
PC 1600.
1600 RAM. And got a brand new power supply for them. You know what watt this is?
650.
A 650 watt power supply. Got it. And then this is the GT740 with 2 gig of video RAM. None of these parts are anything special, but it'll work out for anything he needs it for now. This, you might recognize this because I did a video in the past where I upgraded my home theater PC and I put this in it. So that's where that came from. I'm getting a 1050 for it. And then we're going to
From Israel.
Yes, from Israel. At least I think I'm getting a 1050 from Israel because it says it's shipped and hasn't updated in like 3 days. And I got a 3 terabyte hard drive for storage. And then we have a 240 gig SSD for boot. All of that should be plenty for his setup. For anything, for streaming games, which he does a lot of, and making videos, which he also does a lot of. I'll set this to the side for now because we're going to need to pull a motherboard out of this case that we're using.
Oh, I didn't realize it also had a motherboard.
Yeah, this is the one that your friend that works at Microsoft couldn't get to work, remember?
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, the Athlon name isn't completely dead.
No, they still make some.
They got the 3000G.
This is basically a brand new case that's maybe 12, 15 years old. It was given to us by a friend of mine.
Works at Microsoft.
Works at Microsoft. His parents were moving in and he needed to move some stuff out.
Okay. Now we need that.
Yep.
Let's put in RAM.
Just this side moves, and unfortunately,
Is that going to cause any problems?
I don't think so, because we're using all 4 slots. I think it'll go ahead and seat. We'll find out.
Adam was using all 4 slots to get 24, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
So we should be fine, because it was broken then, too.
Yeah. No, this is not a fresh break.
Please tell me I can get this in there without lifting the...
Cooler.
Yeah, as I did. That's backwards. Ram will not go in backwards. You can try to force it, but not...
You're going to break something.
Yeah.
You will not succeed, unlike Molex connectors.
Unlike floppy drives. You can plug them in upside down.
Yeah, I always held, since they're D-shaped, that you couldn't put a Molex connector in upside down, and both my business partner and my son proved me wrong. If you apply enough force, you can, in fact, get them upside down.
Yeah. It was done twice.
This motherboard was working as recently as a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. I can't...
So we have a fair amount of confidence it'll be working again soon.
Okay, how do we want to do the airflow in this thing?
Front to back.
So intake here,
Yep.
outtake out back.
Yep. And I don't know if the fan's right on the back side, but
I don't know either. I don't remember which way is this way, right? Or is it this? Should it face this way or this way?
flip it. These case fans are some that we have that we keep basically because we do this quite a bit. So these are a couple that we already had sitting around. We do buy them. We end up giving most of them away because we're buying. The back fan is correct. The metal actually isn't drilled big enough,
Yeah.
so he's having to treat these as if they are self-tapping, which they are. I'm just not sure they're self-tapping metal. This is old enough that it actually has the floppy opening already cut out. That's how old this case is, even though it's brand new.
It's brand new in the sense that
It hadn't been used. New old stock, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah. We have one other case that's also new old stock. I like the look of this one better.
Made by SYX or somebody that uses the name SYX. 6? Okay, I guess.
I got two of them.
Yeah, you got to kind of flip it over to get to the other two.
Yep.
Don't ever think it's going to feel solid, dude. Just get them tight. Just get them snug and let it go.
It's not turning anymore. Fuck it.
If you can live with it, I'd quit there.
Just lost the screw. God damn it. What do you mean live with only 2 screws in it?
No. Live with this still hanging here. Try to put one in up here and see if you can. I don't feel a hole.
There is one. I can see it.
Where were you going to put an additional fan?
On the side panel.
The whole side panel has one? The people that put together the drive cage did not work with the people that had fans in mind.
Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, if we had long ass screws to go through the other way, that would be easy, but we don't.
I'm not going to beat my head against the wall.
We need more.
Yeah. You want me to look for them? If you work on computers very much, you need one of these. This is a big Ziploc bag full of screws.
Yep.
And unlike normally here at the barber house, it actually is Ziploc brand, not the generic Walmart version. If you'll hand me the blue tool set, I'll get this set up so you can use it. Thank you. It is a blue screwdriver, gray tool set.
Yeah. Well, I know what you meant. I knew what you meant. I'm working with it long enough.
Good, I was just trying to explain to the 6 people that are watching this.
Nobody gonna fucking watch this, except maybe Corey, because I'm building his PC.
You would think he'd watch it, but you never know.
He could be like, I know this guy's building me a computer, but fuck this asshole. Actually, another friend, just bought himself a 2070 Super, and he said he's going to send Corey a significantly better video card than this one. He's going to send him a 1650, which is like a budget version of mine. This should be a simple and easy build. I say should be, but Adam's PC didn't turn out to be. I mean, we got the stupid thing built and running, and then it would not. So we tried to set up the RAID array, and that thing, we spent like 2 hours trying to get the stupid thing to set up. And then we found a video explaining how to do it because their software is glitchy, and the video was from 2018 and they still haven't fucking fixed it.
We did eventually figure it out.
And then it spent 5 days building the RAID array. literally 5 days.
Just for grins, I built a software RAID on the same drives after we knew we were going to change motherboards on Adam's build, and it built in 8 hours versus 5 days.
Yeah, I wasn't quite to that point yet. And then he was updating Windows, and the RAID broke. And then he wound up troubleshooting it for a long fucking time, and eventually gave up and just bought an X470, and then X470 motherboard. So Adam's getting a better motherboard, similar, exactly like the one that I have in my build, which I didn't actually film. He's got an X5. Dad has an X570 in his, and then he decided that he was going to get Adam a Ryzen 3000 processor instead of the Ryzen 5 3600 processor, instead of a Ryzen 5 2600 that we initially put in it. Okay, so we are at front panel bullshit.
Are you telling me we got all the screws in? All 9 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put this stuff away. Save it for another day.
My finest hour has been picked by you now.
One of the nice things, even with motherboards this old, you can find the manual online and download it in PDF format. I have this manual in case we need to look up how the front panel header works.
Okay.
I did have here somewhere a beeper. I like beep codes. I'm old school.
They're still useful.
Yes, they're still useful. Okay, I am going to have to look it up. If you want to do something else for a little bit, I'll work on that.
And this is not an ideal. This is old enough that it is far, far from ideal for cable management. So we're just gonna zip tie everything.
Things in there trying to kill me. What does it want? What can it be? I try to fight and I try to scream. No one hears me 'cause it's just a dream. When I awake, I see the door. I guess I run 'cause it's open no more. Sent me away to an institution. Told me a lot of things I didn't need to know. Now that I'm out, feeling much worse. Guess that's the way that life just goes.
Okay, back to it.
I just assumed we would go off of what's written on the motherboard.
Oh, is it written on the motherboard?
Well, I don't know, but
I did not finish fastening in the power supply. Let me finish that.
you go ahead.
Do you know where the other screws were?
Well, I know where the big bag of screws is.
Because I pulled out 4 screws, I thought. Maybe I didn't.
I don't see 4 screws unless the case
Okay,
is
so
sitting
I
on it.
need the big bag to get 2 more screws out of. Thing or two on that doesn't work, correct?
What?
The USB, I think. There's a USB or two that doesn't work, correct?
The USB 3 didn't work, but it was on a daughter card anyway.
So these two blue ones aren't USB 3?
What two blue ones?
These two.
Those are, yeah.
So he has at least a couple of USB.
Well, remember I bought that new daughter card.
Yeah, that's right. That's right here.
Yep.
I was gonna fasten the thing to this, and then I remembered that we need to make sure we get this facing the right way. So I was gonna.
Well, which way is the right way?
I thought we were gonna do intake on the front and then outtake on the other two.
Okay.
Is that what
That works for me.
That's what we were gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that need to go this way or the other way?
That's out.
So that this will draw it out of the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got the front panel stuff hooked up. I got one USB. I don't know if there's another one.
We'll look here in a little bit.
Okay.
So now, when you start plugging in power,
Yep. Find the 8-pin CPU power first.
well, we were not gonna.
It'd be 2 4s. No, not PCI power. CPU power.
There's a 6 and a. Oh, there it is.
Should be 2 4s.
Yeah, that we don't need that.
Yeah, we do.
That doesn't have an 8-pin plug on it.
Right there. Right there.
Oh, I thought you said GPU.
No, CPU. Like Charlie.
And this is.
Useless at this point. We've got 2 of those that are useless, but you know, this particular rig, I could see him putting a high power. Actually, if he gets the video card from your friend, he may need that, right?
Yeah.
What you looking for?
What do we need to do next?
We got to mount 2 hard drives.
Oh, you want to do that next?
Oh, I'm just rattling off what needs to be
So we
done.
need to mount 2 hard drives. We need to put this thing in it.
Yep.
The video card's over there.
Yeah, put it in last. Oh no, the case is much older than SSDs were.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the 2-pin installation on that.
All right. Let's get that fastened in.
As tight as that was, frankly, 1 would do.
I was gonna do 2 anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not suggesting you do less, I'm just saying. You gonna hang the SSD by 2 screws?
There, hard drives are mounted.
Okay. We've got one hard drive cable, not two. I guess I need to go get another hard drive cable.
Yeah. There, front panel audio is plugged in.
Cool. Don't know if he'll need it, but
I don't know if he'll
if
need
he
it.
does, he'll have it.
I don't know if he'll need it either. There, we got power to all three.
All right.
Okay. This thing next?
Sure. There's a driver disc.
We're men, we don't use those.
Oh, I forgot about this part of it. We do want to use that because that way he's got front panel USB 3. He won't be able to boot from it, but at least he can use it with Windows. Things like this card didn't cost very much, but we added them even though they weren't technically parts sitting around the house, just to make it nicer to use. I've got one on a motherboard similar to this that's been running now almost 9 years as a file server and runs 2 virtual machines, a database server and an application server. It's technically not as nice as this processor.
If John winds up sending you his 1650, you can play at least some games on this thing and it'll work out all right. It's nothing special, but that'll be a vast improvement over the 740, trust me. Plug into internal USB. It's hard to so if they want to do it with CDY on this, exactly. worry about a slot cover for that later.
Yeah, you've got one, the one you cut yourself on, so we'll be able to use it. Maybe, maybe not.
No, we'll need a proper slot cover for that.
Oh, well, I've got one sitting over here, so we're good.
Okay. Is that everything?
Scary, but I think the answer is yes.
All right, so smoke test time.
All right, do you want to smoke test it or go ahead and get it for Windows? Cut off the video here and bring down your...
Yeah, we're going to cut off the video here and bring down my thing with the smoke test.
Okay, sounds good.
Overclocking failed. Go in and do a CMOS defaults, wherever that is.
Boot. Okay.
Should, best guess is advanced. No.
USB, AMP, tools.
Overclock profiles. Oh, F5 is optimized defaults.
F5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you should be able to set it up from here.
What are we doing now?
Look at main first.
It sees all 32 gig of RAM
That's good.
and an FX 8158 core.
Yep.
Oh.
Go to advanced and X.
The date's wrong.
Don't worry about the date right now. That's build date anyway.
Oh.
Okay. Go to SATA configuration. It's seeing the HP. Yep, AHCI.
The other two are plugged into that.
Into 1 and 2, aren't they?
I think they're plugged into 4 and like 5 and 6.
Oh, do you think that the two by themselves were 5 and 6?
I think so.
Oh. Well, probably not the best way to do it, but it doesn't hurt anything.
Well, I mean, getting them plugged into the other one, possible, but a pain in the ass. I can do it if you want
Well,
me to.
no. Let's
There.
see if...
I enabled these two, so does that make it see it?
Well, probably have to save and reboot and then come into the
It sees
UEFI.
Okay, now it seems to see the Windows Boot Manager.
Yeah, that's going to be on your 240 gig drive.
Yeah, because there is a version of Windows on that. We're going to reinstall Windows, but we're going to...
Speaking of which, where's his copy of Windows?
You had it last time, so...
I just don't know, okay?
I haven't seen it since you had it. Save changes. Save changes and reset.
It's going into Windows. And I can't stop it. Oh, it's the where we wanted it to go. I bought him the Pro version because it was about the same to me as the home version.
Yeah.
Well, the home version, you know, with Windows 7 was only 16 gigabyte. You couldn't use 32 gigabytes. So I bought the Pro version just like I did with Windows 7. No, the difference is home will only go up to 128 gigabytes in 10. Yeah.
We have a bunch of petitions here.
I saw we do need to spray out the cooler.
Yeah. Tell him he needs to get himself some kind of antivirus.
We'll put a free one on here. It's better than nothing. I've had good luck using the Avast free. shut itself off again. I'll bet it does.
Oh.
Ooh,
Hey.
detecting drives. Life's good. Windows boot, which is what Windows is automatically supposed to do that if you load it UEFI, and we did.
I'm sure John, I think I believe John's going to send him the 1650, which will give him a 4 gig card. Which
That'd be nice.
It'll be a massive jump over this one, and you can do some gaming. Not like, it's not gonna play Cyberpunk 2077. That'll melt.
Oh, gee, I wanted to play Cyberpunk 2027.
I really do want to play it, but I'm going to wait till it's more stable because it released in depending upon what system you're playing it on, either a beta phase or an alpha phase. Despite the fact that they announced it in 2012, I think it should be done by the time you've been working on it for 8 years.
I don't know, the software we use to rip our DVDs and Blu-ray disc is still beta and has been for about 15 years.
I mean, works great.
Oh, it works. He calls it a beta, but it's a solid piece of software. I've not had it fail, really.
Yeah, I'll probably go through and install a few of the games I've got on GOG on here just for him to try out.
Probably had we been paying attention, it would have told us it was going to reboot. I noticed it once on your machine today when I was installing Windows that it flashed it up there so fast you really had to be paying attention. Now this machine shouldn't flash it up as fast, but it's still, they don't give you much of a warning.
Yeah. I wasn't going to do a bunch of recording when we rebuild Adam's PC with modern.
Okay, for those of you who do not have internet, I don't know how you're watching this video, but if you don't have internet when you plug in the machine, you'll get this internet not connected, and you want to click I don't have internet. There's a way to get to this same place even if you have internet. Basically, you tell it you don't. So continue with limited setup doesn't really mean anything. Okay, hopefully Corey, you'll be watching this so you'll know how to answer these security questions, because we don't know these answers for you. Yeah. We're going to put answers for us.
Yeah.
Oreo. Right?
Yeah. Oreo was my brother's dog. He's good.
Security question 2. Name of the city where you were born.
Houston.
Wait a minute. Type Houston again. And number 3. First name of your oldest cousin. That's Kelly.
Now turn off all of it. It's going to take them a while to render anything 1080p. I know, because I rendered on 8350 at 1080p for a long time.
Yep.
But it'll get there eventually. It'll get the job done. I wouldn't go 60 FPS, not on this. It'll take eons to do that.
Yeah. But 30 looks good.
Yeah, 30 will be fine. But I've been uploading in 60 because ever since I
Because you
regular
can.
PC, I can. So I've been I even uploaded 1440p 60, which I guess is kind of pointless because my camera records in 1440p 30, but that's beside the point. So it's basically just rendering each frame twice.
Searching for display driver. Yeah, well, you're not going to find it. By the way, it says 1:52 a.m. I have no idea what time it is really. Do you know which, is he in Central Time or?
Saskatchewan, but I think it's Saskatchewan. That sounds right.
Oh, there is a time zone that is just Saskatchewan.
If that's not right, Corey, I'm sorry. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly where you live. There's no way I know.
But you can adjust that. Just right click on the time and go to adjust date time. You can then sync now and change the time zone. Just click this and it'll give you a list. Okay, I'm not liking the display drivers, but more importantly, we're not getting...
I'm going to go get the display driver for that specific display as soon as, I mean, the internet's plugged in, right?
Yeah, but it's not working, so... Device Manager. Well, everything works, so what's our problem? You aren't connected. Okay, we'll try a different adapter.
That worked?
The white one worked?
Mm-hmm.
On the USB 3.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't think the USB 3 would work without the driver. I was wrong.
There, we're connected to the internet. Now I can go get a display driver. We can get him a better browser.
Trackball mouse is now set up. It'll come through and say that the keyboard's set up. It just switched resolutions regardless of what we wanted to do. Windows does that sometimes. Yeah, but I would make it on the 3 terabyte drive, not on the SSD.
Yeah, I told it to ask every single time. Yes.
Sure.
So, should we download the chipset drivers and everything for this
motherboard? We
Yes.
might as well.
Yeah.
We can, although it didn't show anything bad going on, we might as well do it. We'll test it on an actual Ethernet cable before we ship it.
Yeah.
Yes, I live to restart this computer.
Oh, I'm gonna restart it after I install this last driver.
It's up at the top, third from the top.
I'll install this and then I'll restart.
Yeah.
Please restart. Please don't turn off.
He just says that because we have to get up to physically walk around the table. We're too lazy for that.
It's a different driver. I'll try it.
I think that's a good idea. This may be the one that keeps itself up to date, which would be better anyway.
Yeah. Probably exciting to watch. Since we're recording, we got,
Snooze-worthy.
yeah.
At least it's not giving you nasty grams. It's saying installing graphics driver.
Yeah. And so, okay, it worked. GeForce Experience Create. I didn't need the desktop thing for it. It launches every single time you turn the PC on anyway. I'm sure Radeon had something that launched every single time you turn.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. You probably told it not to do that, knowing you.
I don't like a lot of crap starting up when I start my computer.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one where you can, it'll check for updates and then you can just tell it, go ahead and update.
Well, when he gets the new card, he shouldn't have to do a new driver. This should work, shouldn't it?
In theory, yes. It's also
It'll update itself.
It's also NVIDIA, so I think that's one that you have to power as well.
Yeah. 1659, huh? They got the right stuff. I don't see a power port.
I was trying to find one where I could see the top of it so I could see if there is one. All I'm getting is side angles of different versions of it.
That doesn't look like there's a power port.
Huh. I'm shocked. Usually like a 2-fan model, like thicker model like that would have one.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised by that myself.
Yeah, no, we're not scanning for games.
There aren't any.
Ah. I guess that's everything then, isn't it?
All right. I think so.
So thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And Corey, I hope you appreciate it, man. It'll serve you just fine for what you need it for. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.